Democracy guarantees freedom, especially free speech, but there are limitations. Now, the federal government has opened the trial of a blogger, Victor Ibezim, who alleged that the immediate past Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, authored the judgments of the Presidential Election Petitions Court, which dismissed petitions of the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party. Ibezim, who was alleged to be one of the three persons linked to the publications, was arraigned before Justice Bolaji Olajuwon of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on a 6-count charge. The offence is said to be punishable under Section 27, subsection 1B of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Act 2015, and Justice Olajuwon fixed the 15th of April for continuation of trial. BKO, with this development, first off, let's get your perspective on how much this says on people's freedom to go about, publishing things and thinking that they can get away with it. Now the law has been caught up with them.
Yes, no one has the right to lie against another person. It was Farid Zakaria of CNN who said the internet has put power in every hand, but it has not put a sense of responsibility. We see all kinds of people come on social media to malign people, to damage relationships, destroy homes. People sit down, concoct fake stories with serious repercussions for relationships. The kind of fake stories that can drive some people to suicide. And they get away with it. The reason people get away with this level of blue murder is because we usually don't feel like testing our laws. The laws are there to restrain people from going along that line of irresponsibility. But most of the time, we really don't care. They lied against you, you take it on the chin, you walk away. We shouldn't be taking everything on the chin. A man accuses you of infidelity, of cheating on your wife when you didn't do it, and then people seize on that. They succeed in breaking up your marriage. And the society will say, you just accept it like that. No. People should not accept it.
Right.
You accuse Fashola of being so idle that he now had to be the one to write the judgment for justices of the tribunal. You knew that you were lying. You knew that Fashola never sat down to write any judgment for anyone. You just wanted to damage the integrity of the judges, who in any case did an excellent job at the end of the day. You wanted to damage them. You wanted to sow seeds of discord among Nigerians. You wanted to reduce the judiciary to nothingness before Nigerians. They had the agenda.
Right.
A lot of them are not based here.
Right.
But the one who is based here, they got hold of him. Others, if they have the temerity to come home, those of them who throw stones at our country, they are cowards in the real sense. They do not have any plan to come here. So they are committing crime, setting people against one another, pushing people to violence. They stay in those countries, enjoying the freedom to malign people. You saw one that lied against Emeka Ofo the other day.
Right.
Emeka Ofo got hold of him, got him recorded where he was apologizing. I mean, this nonsense is just too prevalent in our country. We behave like our country is not a country governed by laws. the level of mischief that will push a man to sit down and say that Fashola, one of the busiest persons in public service in our country, had the time to sit down and be writing judgment. Fashola got into government, he became grey completely.
Remember that very clearly.
I interviewed him. I said, why do you have
Too much
this
problem.
much? And he told me his wife was not complaining. I said, but our wives want us to look young and all that. He said, my wife is concerned about my total being, not
The grey hair.
the grey hair. I said, okay. You know, it's not easy to defeat him in an argument. I surrendered. You know? So, that man, as busy as he was at that time, you said he was the one writing judgment. Oh. Somebody who, he was never even a magistrate. How did you rate him to be the one to write judgment for those judges? They just wanted to set Nigeria ablaze. These guys and some of the pastors, the delusional pastors that were saying all kinds of things before and after the election. A lot of those pastors, they've been sentenced to a long season of buttoned up lips. You know what the Brudaya called permanent position of shut up. Because who will listen to them again? You use the name of God to say, oh, this is what will happen. This person will win election. That one will win election. This one, this is the name that I saw. And you knew in your heart that you were talking about yourself, not of God. So, I just think that this is the right thing to do.
Right.
Let him go and defend himself.
Right.
And those ones who are at large, if they have the temerity to come home, they get hold of them, they join him.
And face the music.
Yes, and face the music. It's not every time that people abuse you on social media that you should let it slide. No.
Yeah.
People will tell you, let it slide. No. It's not everything that you should allow to slide. A lot of these guys, if they even see you in public, they can't look at you in the face. I've seen people who were abusing me on social media, and when we saw, they put their heads down. There was even one that came to TVC to appear on a program. When he saw me, I said, this one that has been abused, he saw me put his head down. That's where your head should be. Because you are attacking people that you are not qualified to lace their boots. Just because social media is a leveler.
Platform for everyone.
Never do well. Come on social media to abuse people. You know? To abuse people that they will probably need 2 or 3 lifetimes to measure up to them. Come on social media and abuse them. Because there's no other way by which you can feel that you too, you are a human being.
Like,
let me take it off from there.
Right.
You know, there is an Italian writer who said that what a drunkard will say in a beer parlor and his fellow drunkard will shout him down. You have a band of drunkards. A drunkard will say something and his fellow drunkards will shout him down that you are saying nonsense. It has been promoted to a point now that people come on social media and
rant
on it. When drunkards will even tell you are saying nonsense. I'm speaking on this premise.
Drunkards,
even
drunkards have the presence of mind.
Exactly, to know that what you're saying is stupid.
And a level of sanity
exactly.
that they don't have.
So what we are saying at this point is that the media have that power.
Right.
But at the same time, there's that responsibility that the media must guide. Unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, the social media has eroded that. What is the job of the gatekeeper? You know, we have in this business there are people you call gatekeeper.
Yes, absolutely.
People who censor or look at and say, no, this can't be true, or this is true. But now the social media has made that easy. Everybody comes on the social media and says whatever he likes. And for me, this is a very good way to let people know that, yes, you have a keyboard, you have a phone, you have a laptop or whatever, you can go in and key in on your keyboard, but you must remember there is responsibility you must exercise. Yeah. How in the world will anyone have thought that Fashola, or anyone for that matter, I mean, it's not a child's play to be a justice in the Supreme Court. So you think there are just some never-do-wells that will go to the Supreme Court and then they will have to call on somebody outside the Supreme Court to come and write a judgment for them? I mean, what this has taught many is that you must exercise responsibility.
Right.
It is not enough for you to come on the social media and be ranting and be abusing people and be saying things you don't see. Today, on the social media, there has been reports and talks about a leading Nollywood actor that he has died, and whereas the man, from what we had, is well, is ill, quite all right. But must you be the one to? There's no way a medal is given to a medium for being the first to break the news of a dead person. And confirm.
Are you anxious to see him die?
So, for this guy, I think he has had his time. It will teach those who are in his shoes or who want to enter into his shoes some lessons. Because now everybody thinks he's a journalist, or he knows he has had anything, he goes to the social media and begin to pontificate. So I think he has had his day in court. Let him face the music.
But Jide, before we leave this aspect, this discussion, I want you to give to us or pose it, or your opinion, what you think we can do to regulate the level at which people are going into the social media space to, publish things that are unverifiable. We have lots of fake news, although the Chief of Staff, Badabi Amila, has proposed that the social media must be regulated. But what would you propose as the ulterior solution to guard against things like this so that it doesn't go out of hand?
Well, let's face it. We have a body of laws that deal with issues like this.
Yes.
Section 27(1)(b) of the Cyber Crime Prevention Act 2015, among other counts, in 27(1), it says, any person who aids, abets, conspires, counsels, or procures another person or persons to commit any offense under this act commits an offense and shall be liable on conviction to the punishment provided for the principal offense under the act. So the law, the point I'm making is the law is there. It's already there.
It's there
to punish the people who commit this kind of offense and other people who conspire with them, other people that they use. So if that story was not told by you, you probably provided a platform for it to be seen. You are as liable.
Yes.
If you got the information, you got Esther to help you use better English to write it, you have conspired. Both of you are going to jail.
I know they follow them because
if you like, follow them.
She's a professional, she won't.
So for me, let the law take its course.
Yeah.
We usually don't apply the law. We just let people. There's a lot of impunity in our country. Impunity works on two legs in our country. We need to defeat impunity if we want our country to make progress. The level of impunity in our country is horrendous. Politicians are guilty of impunity. The people lead us, they are guilty of impunity. We have to address impunity.
Right.
And deal decisively with impunity based on the law. You can't drive against traffic, you know the law. Wherever you are, the law should be able to catch up with you.
Yeah.
The law should be a leveler for everyone. Whether you are a governor or this, if you are a governor, you have immunity. You have no immunity against prosecution after serving your time as governor.
Right.
You have immunity against prosecution, but you do not have immunity against investigation.
Right.
Yeah. They can investigate you while you are governor and keep the file.
Yeah.
So once you leave office, they can then put you on trial.
Yeah.
That is how decent countries are run. People dread committing offense in decent countries because they know they will not escape. We've seen countries jail former presidents for tax evasion or some of those little offenses here and there. We've seen that happen. How many times have we jailed presidents in our country? We should be able to jail presidents now, so that those who are in office will sit up and say, make I not do this, so if I do this, I will end up the way so person ended up in jail. And people don't want to go to jail because it's not just a disgrace to them, it's a disgrace to the family name. Absolutely. It's a disgrace to their children. Their children will be taunted in school.